Hello everyone. First of all, thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. This is in continuation with the work that I have been doing related to influencer marketing with webinars. And if you have been watching my video, you know that we have been talking about designing and developing and executing marketing campaigns through webinars. And one of the most important aspect to this is to define success criteria, right? So because it often happens that you run a very successful webinar, you generate leads and you have generated a number of qualified leads, but are they enough, right? Because what next, right? How does it help you in moving to the next item on your list, or how does it move you closer to your goals, right? So defining your success criteria is one of the most important thing, and that's why the first aspect to defining a success criteria is to look at what are your specific goals, right? And these are very important to look at whether your goals are related to brand visibility, or whether your goals are related to lead generation, or whether your goals are related to customer acquisition. Because if you try to improvise as you move forward, then you might have lost a couple of steps in the process, and you don't want to do that, right? So for example, if your goal is to acquire customers from webinar, then you need to make sure that you're addressing webinar topics that are in the bottom or end of the funnel, right? You are looking at customers who have the buyer intent, right? And if you don't have these, then you cannot move prospects to the buying stage. So can you look at what are the goals, right at the beginning of the webinar? If it's lead generation, then how can you bring in the right leads to your funnel? Can you collaborate with a review site? Can you collaborate with a industry leading site? Can you collaborate with associations? Or how can you collaborate and make sure that you are passing the right leads to the funnel, irrespective of whether they are at the top of the funnel or the bottom of the funnel, right? So make sure you look at your specific goals, and when you look at the goals, can you look at what is negotiable and what are the non-negotiable components of your goal, right? For example, let's say you want to acquire customers, but is it important that you need deals more than 10,000 US dollars, or it doesn't matter, right? Or when you say that I want to achieve 100 leads from this webinar, can we look at leads outside of your territory, right? Outside of your US territory, or are you specific that this should come from your territory? So look at what are the non-negotiable or negotiable components. Would you still say it as a success, right? So for example, my goal is to achieve 100 leads. If I achieve 80 leads, am I still successful, right? Or is it 50? Am I still successful? So what part of your goal is negotiable and what part of your goal is truly non-negotiable, right? The second aspect to this is even if you achieve your goal, what could still prevent you, or what could still prevent the organizations moving closer to its goal, right? So for example, you might generate lead, but then you might have inability to convert because lack of sales process, lack of sales bandwidth, lack of industry experience, lack of synergy between what you have to offer and what the customer is looking for, or the deals are small in size, the engagements are small, it doesn't make business sense, or there is lack of bandwidth. So even if you achieve, what could still prevent you or your organization from achieving the goal? This is very important for you to consider. Most of the times marketers don't consider that, and that doesn't give you a satisfaction or fulfillment, because there are still parties, or there are still stakeholders who you didn't help. So can you look at what are the factors that need to be taken out, or what are the factors that need to be considered for you to be successful, right? The third and the last point is, what could you do, or what conversations do you need to have to ensure success, right? So for example, we spoke about inability to convert. So can you talk to your operations team and make sure that you have capability document in place, right? Or you have enough case studies in place, or demonstrable evidence in place. Or we spoke about small deal. So can we look at the sales process and make sure that you qualify leads that meet certain criteria? Band is a very good way to start, but even otherwise, right? Can you look at how to qualify that lead? So these are some of the conversations that you need to have to make sure that you are moving closer to your goal, even if you achieve the success criteria. So I spoke about three things today. So the first thing is, what are your specific goals? What are the negotiable and non-negotiable aspects to it? The second is, even if you achieve your goal, what could still prevent you, right? And the third and final is, what conversation do you need to have to remove any obstacles from achieving the organizational goal. I hope you found these helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.